Jack Reese has not had a tough time in there, the referee, with these two who have obeyed the rules, stepped back when he told them to. And sometimes when you get heavyweights this big, they can be tough to handle.
Well, they're not really leaning on each other like a lot of heavyweights do, although I really get the sense that Ibragimov may be running out of gas just a little bit. He has a little flurry right here. Coming down near the end of round number 6. This corner wants body shots, is not getting them. Ibragimov slipped in a right hand at the bell.
On February 17th, for one day only at participating Ace stores, you'll get what every homeowner wants. A really, really good excuse to go to the hardware store. The Ace Hardware Bag Sale. 20% off almost anything you can fit in the bag. 20% off hardware, plumbing, and electrical. 20% off lawn and garden, housewares, and paint. Come in this Saturday, February 17th, and save big. Ace, the helpful place.
Mile after mile, your car's engine gradually loses power. Friction cuts scratches in cylinder walls, causing compression leaks and power loss. Restore with CSL repairs cylinders to increase compression. That means more engine power, less oil burning, and better fuel efficiency. Independent tests show that Restore works to increase and balance compression across all cylinders. If you have a car or truck with a lot of miles, improve engine performance with Restore. Satisfaction guaranteed.
We come to round 7 here. Tony Thompson and Timor Ibragimov. And we're joined for the moment by Rob Dibble. And Rob, I'm interested in your perspective on the fight. Down here, it looks like Thompson's starting to take a little control.
Yeah, but you know what, Rich and Barry, before the fight started, these guys both said that it was do or die. They had to go out there and really make a name for themselves. Ibragimov, yeah, he's got a new trainer, Tony Ham, but he's still clutching and grabbing. He's not doing a lot of fighting. So it's, you know, for guys that are trying to get up the contender ranks, neither of them's really doing anything exciting.
And Rob Dibble, incidentally, should point out, is known, of course, for baseball, but has been around the martial arts. So, Rob, you know what you're looking at here.
Well, you know, I do a lot of mixed martial arts, do a lot of sparring and things like that. And if somebody's in your face, you want to try to get them off of you. And, you know, neither guy's really doing a lot of stuff that's trying to knock the other guy out. They're just doing a lot of dancing. You know, if you're trying to have people notice you to give you a title shot, I don't see it.
This, however, is Thompson's style. I mean, this is the same fight that I saw him fight against Dominic Wynn. This is what he does. But Ibragimov, what he needed was a quantum leap forward, don't you think, Rob, from that last fight?
Absolutely.
And he's not giving it to us.
And that's what he said before the fight, that it was do or die for his career in this fight. And for a guy who's supposed to be a desperate fighter, I don't see the desperation.
No, that's right. In fact, I think he's starting to be a little bit of a tired fighter as well. He took a right hand a moment ago from Thompson. It was a pretty good punch, and I just see him wearing down a little bit.
And Barry, he said before the fight this morning, he said the heat wore him down last time. It's a beautiful night here at the mansion.
Yes.
You know, how can a fighter say that the heat was wearing him down?
No, that's right. Well, especially now, he's not going to say the cold is wearing him down, because it actually is a little chilly here.
Yeah, it's pretty nice out here. He should be doing a lot more activity, be more proactive in this fight.
And we should point out, too, Rob, that it was hot that night for Calvin Brock also.
But Thompson's got such a huge reach on this guy, too, and about 20 more pounds on him.
Yeah,
very hard to fight.
I think he's starting to use that. And I really believe Thompson's starting to wear Ibragimov down here.
Yeah, in fact, there could be a window of opportunity right here now for Thompson, because Ibragimov, I'm looking at his face, he's looking a little bit jaded right now, and his legs are beginning to wear down a little bit.
Yeah, now he is just exactly what we talked about before. He is starting to clutch now and starting to hold on.
Now, I want to clear up one common misconception, too, is that Timor Ibragimov is not related to Sultan Ibragimov.
Right.
as many people think, and I've even seen it written that they're cousins, but he is not. They're not related, but they are very, very close friends.
They're not even from the same country, actually. The other Ibragimov is from Russia, and Timor is from Uzbekistan. And we come to the end of round 7.
It started with a simple idea. Build an automobile that takes the sheer joy of driving to a whole new level. Use advanced technologies without sacrificing fuel economy. Take advantage of a racing-inspired heritage. Provide an interior space that fulfills every need. The TSX from Acura.
Now you can lease an Acura TSX for $299 a month for 36 months.
Wednesday Night Hoops hits the hardwood on FSN Midwest. Pacers fans, don't miss a Central Division showdown between Indiana and Milwaukee at 6:30 Eastern. Valley fans will get an MVC matchup between Southern Illinois and Indiana State at 6 Central. Big 12 fans will get to see the Wildcat and Tigers women battle it out at 8 Central. And if you're in Huskers country, you'll see Nebraska take on the Baylor Bears at 6:30 Central. Wednesday Night Hoops, only on FSN Midwest.
We welcome you back. We come to round 8, and of course that's the barefoot contestant. Actually, is what we had.
Yeah.
Matt Schneider is shoeless because his shoes are being worn by Tony Thompson right now.
Yeah, but look at the seat that it got him right next to promoter Dan Goosen.
Yeah,
Perfect,
yeah.
huh?
Every foot in the road.
It's a good trade, and not too far from those beauties from the girls next door. Just a couple of seats down.
Thompson is kind of walking Ibragimov down now.
They've asked Thompson to look for something in this round. They feel that his jab, when he lands his jab to good effect, is that it's bringing Ibragimov's head down, that he's ducking his head down. So when he's throwing the jab, to look for the uppercut.
The left hand in. And now right hand. And now again, Ibragimov backs up.
Yeah, he was bothered by that.
And a left hand again.
And he could go here, Barry, if Thompson can find the right combination.
Thompson is starting to sense it here, though. But he's being very patient, and that is the story of Tony Thompson's career.
He has posted 17 knockouts in his 28 victories. It's a kind of 24-fight winning streak.
Right hand at the top of the head there.
And I don't care if you're fighting Sisters of the Poor. He's put together 24 in a row, and he's about to put together back-to-back wins over Dominic Gwynn and Timor Ibragimov. That's a pretty good resume now that he's building up.
Yeah, you got to take a look at this guy now.
Unless he runs, as Rob Dibble said, that Ibragimov should be fighting with a sense of desperation, and he's going to need a desperate type punch here to turn it around. He needs something real dramatic. Thompson seems hardly bothered, though. Thompson walks in unconcerned almost with what Ibragimov's got in front of him.
And again, just steps in, throws a combination. Thompson just kind of having his way right now. Another 4-punch combination.
No offense from Ibragimov now.
Thompson just methodically wearing him down here. And in fact, starting to bust him up a little bit. We're coming back.
The world's largest trivia contest, and it's right here on Fox Sports Net.
Martial arts epic. Jet Li's Fearless.
Own a time
timeshare or campground membership? Turn it into cash.
Timeshares Only got us our full asking price before our next monthly payment was due.
Timeshares Only is the nation's largest, #1 most successful timeshare agency, representing properties from the biggest names in the industry.
No one sells more timeshares.
Call now and receive a free information kit, including 10 secrets to timeshares. You owe it to yourself to work with the best.
Don't delay. Call 1-800-423-3520.
Hills, Timor Ibragimov is in a situation where he's just going to have to go for it. It's just that simply. And conversely, in Tony Thompson's corner, they're saying, go out there, just get him out of it.
Yeah, they want him. They said, go out there and stop him. Stop him. You work too hard for this. We don't want to let this go to a decision. We don't know what the judges are scoring it. And Sharon Bay Mitchell was also echoing what I said in the round ago about throwing the uppercut. They feel that Ibragimov is ripe for the knockout, to the point where they were telling Thompson, this man is looking for a place to lay down.
Yeah. That may be overstating a little bit, but...
You know, I think they would really, I think they're trying to push Thompson for a knockout because it would make a bigger statement, Barry. They want to make a statement in the heavyweight division that their man is here, their man should be contended with, and their man should be taken seriously as a real title contender. And of course, KO spells that kind of thing.
I think that's absolutely right. And he's got about 4.5 minutes to accomplish that feat. Ibragimov trying to press Thompson a little bit more in this round. Thompson not quite as active.
Step out, fellas.
Ibragimov still trying to play the roughhouse game. A little more of that might have helped him earlier, but I think it's a little too late for that now because there's not going to be any wearing down of Thompson at this point. Or really throwing him off of his stride at this point.
Thompson just not doing very much in this round.
Nope.
He's just kind of waiting on Ibragimov.
And I'm kind of surprised because of that pep talk. I mean, it was Newt Rockney-like over in that corner.
Of course, Newt's dead.
Good point.
This round has just 10 seconds remaining in it. And, Thompson, again, probably doing enough to win the round, but just kind of doing it in second gear.
In all the world, there are a select few who, at their very core, are capable of incredible transformation. Under the most grueling conditions, they are shaped, hardened, sharpened, ready to stand among the most elite of all warriors, the few, the proud, the Marines.
So, how you been, man?
Good. I just got back from Vegas.
Oh, yeah? What'd you do?
I saw some shows. Shows? Yeah, I saw the producers. I like shows. That's kind of my thing.
Man, turn around, man, and get this man nothing cheap. You feel me? All right, so hold the phone. I need your hands moving this round. Main thing, we gonna play bull in the matador, because I know that every time you hit him, you go forward and try to grab you. Sidestep. This round. All right, thank you. You got me? All right, man. It's the biggest round of your life, that's
Well, he's certainly right about what he's saying. And the question is, will Thompson be the matador, or will he go for the kill?
Well, Ibragimov is coming out to try to do something dramatic. He's coming out very strong here at the start of round 10. He needs to really pull lightning out, though. And it's a clear night.
Yeah, that's right. I don't see any lightning in the offing. Well, he does apply a little pressure and did get there with a couple of shots.
But that's what he's been needing to do. He needed to rush Thompson, push him around, throw him off balance.
It is just kind of a typical Tony Thompson win. Just kind of took control of the fight long about the 4th or 5th round. Didn't do anything really dramatic, but just managed to win almost every round. And there was a good left hand slipped in by Thompson.
Stop. Wait.
Anytime he followed his corner's advice, stepped to the left and scored with the right hand and a left behind it.
Ibragimov is fighting this 10th round bravely, but because he was a little bit reckless there, Barry, he got caught and he got pushed there by Tony Thompson. He draws a warning from the referee about that.
And Tony Thompson jumps right on top of him again. Inside a minute remaining in the fight.
He may still have a chance here to get a KO. And he may have finally taken the fight out of Ibragimov.
Well, there's a right hand by Ibragimov, and it stood Tony Thompson straight up. But a case of too little too late, I believe.
Ibragimov fought a guy tonight, Tony Thompson, and it's hard. He's just hard to fight. He's a hard guy to fight, and it's going to take someone who can figure out his style, Barry, which is not an easy one to deal with. Ibragimov is not an aesthetically pleasing fighter himself anyway, and to go up against Thompson in that style makes it even tougher.
He's a tough guy to fight. There's no question about it. That's it. It's over. And I think a near whitewash for Tony Thompson.
Thompson, you know, it's kind of interesting. Thompson goes back to his corner shaking his head, and Ibragimov raised his arm in a victory pose.
Yeah, well, we'll see if who's right. Either we are or they are. I don't know. I'm voting for us on this one, though. We'll come back. We'll get the decision after this.
There's a place where simple food like chicken is now simply extraordinary, where tomatoes are tantalizing and basil breathtaking. Artichokes art, mushrooms masterpieces, crab incredible, and asparagus astounding. Introducing Chicken Fresco, Portobello, and Oscar. From the place where fresh ingredients inspire fresh thinking, Ruby Tuesday.
Spartans! Tonight we dine in hell! 1,000 nations of the Persian Empire descend upon you. Our arrows will blot out the sun.
Then we will fight in the shade.
This is where we fight! This is where they die!
300.
There's no reason we can't be civil.
Rated R. Starts March.
Uh-oh. Think fast. Think fast. Pause. Think fast. So anyway, which one wants the ball? Oh, sight. Think fast. Oh. School's out.
Fathead, are you fan enough?
Tonight on the FSN Final Score presented by DirecTV, Lefty is in the hunt at the Nissan Open. And Sid the Kid heads to the Garden State. All that and more tonight on the FSN Final Score.
The FSN Final Score, weeknights.
Remember last week when you hit Vinny in the head with the shovel?
I do not recall that.
It was too graphic for the kids, so I'm gonna have to block you.
You know, I gotta make this up.
That's really not necessary.
This is Vinny's watch.
We welcome you back to the Playboy Mansion. Our main event is in the books. Here's Jimmy Lennon to tell us how it came out.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 10 rounds of action, we have a unanimous decision. Here are the score totals. Chuck Hassett sees it 99-91. Ralph McKnight and Gwen Adair both scored 97-93. All three in favor of the winner and still champion Tony the Tiger Thompson.
Well, a decided victory for Tony Thompson as we expected, and right now he's with the champ, Sean O'Grady. Sean?
Thank you, Tony. So I guess it wasn't the shoes, was it?
No, it wasn't the shoes, but thanks to my man Snyder here.
Matt Snyder lent him your shoes.
Oh, great help,
today.
Matt. I think I just started a trend.
You know what? You may want Matt at every one of your fights from now on.
Definitely. He's a personal guest from now on.
with his shoes and his big feet. What about tonight? You know what? You came into this fight, you needed to make a statement, and you were pressing the attack throughout the night. I thought you had a pretty good performance. Where do you go from here?
Back to the gym, obviously, because, again, made a lot of amateurish mistakes, you know. Forget about all the excuses. It was up to me to get in there and fight and put on a performance worthy of Washington, D.C., Maryland area, and I don't think I did. I knew I won easily, but they wanted to see the Tiger out the cage tonight.
And Ibragimov is a good victory for you, but you move on in your career. Dan Goosen, his promoter. Chris, how about this? He fought like a tiger tonight, huh?
He did, Sean. Thank you very much. Improving to 29-1 overall. Matt Schneider's shoes now 1-0 officially. I don't know. Kind of a bizarre heavyweight bout. It's tough to look real good against Ibragimov, don't you think?
Yeah, but he had a new trainer. Tony Ham was supposed to make this guy very aggressive, more proactive. He really didn't get it done. And then didn't you think Tony Thompson looked like a 35-year-old fighter?
He looked like a 35-year-old fighter. I think that when we talked to him earlier, he wanted to make a statement tonight. Yeah. I don't know if he did that tonight. Yeah. I really don't. He won the fight, but I don't think he made a statement.
He wants somebody to give him that shot, but I'm not sure if that's going to happen in the near future.
Maybe a serial shot.
Hey, we want to thank Ham.